Hey guys, welcome back to Ultimate Survival Tips. I'm David. I'm glad you joined me today as we take a quick look at a few of the most interesting knives and gear that I found this year. Today, we'll be talking with my new friend Jason Breeden, who's an engineer and an amazing knife designer. We'll be digging into a few of the new blades Jason has designed for Condor Knife and Tool. But before we get into these great knives with Jason, make sure you're subscribed to this channel for more great videos in this quick look series. And you're going to want to check out ultimatesurvivaltips.com to keep tabs on everything we're up to, including all the unique survival and preparedness gear that we have rolling out over the next few months. All right, let's get into this quick look at some new Condor knives. Hey guys, we're looking at new knives, and you know one of my favorite, most creative brands is Condor, and met a new friend today, Jason.
Hey, David, nice to meet you. Yeah.
Jason's a designer for Condor, and he's designed for a lot of other brands. Maybe tell people a little bit about yourself and what you got here going on here at SHOT Show.
So I've been designing knives for about 25 years. You may have seen some of my work with Spyderco, Tops, different makers out there, Miltac, CAS Iberia, different ones. So met up with Condor team a couple of years ago, and we cranked out the first series was the Mountain Pass series that some of you may have seen, the Plain and Simple Survival. We took that and grew into the Mountaineer Trail series, and now this year I've got a whole new one I'm very excited about with leather stacked handles. So kind of jump into that. So we got the Country Backroads series, we're calling it, from Condor Tool and Knife. And what I've done here is I've always been a really big fan of leather stacked handles. I mean, it's always something as a kid growing up, I loved the leather stacked handles that you'd see on knives.
Yep.
And I wanted to do that, but do something a little different. I did want to make sure that, you know, you keep the strength with a full hidden tang design, but at the same time, I wanted to come up with a knife that, and a whole series that allowed the user to have sort of this flowing feel of a singular one-piece handle, but with a lot of classic materials in it. So here you got stacked leather. You have some G10 that spacers that sort of add a little color, you know, show the knife off and the leather stack. And then it ends on both sides here with American hickory. And we have a nice brass eyelet here, so you can put a thong through it of your choice, whatever you'd like to do there. The blade's a nice camp overall working length with a high saber grind, good tip. And here on the spine, you can see we have a 90-degree edge for fire steel striking work like that. And but it still has a good thickness for baton work, anything that you might need to do in the field. The other really nice thing about this, Dave, and I'll hand that off to you, is the weight. So,
yeah, it's nice and lightweight. Just to be clear, this is American hickory, right?
Yes.
And then the handle is flush with it, so this leather is inset, so it's all one piece of hickory underneath here.
Yes.
Nice.
No, actually, that's fully stacked leather there.
Fully stacked
Right.
leather. Okay.
They fully stack the leather. Everything is stacked onto the tang here.
Okay.
And then they work the shape afterwards to make sure that it fits the hand.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that actually reduces the weight then too.
Right, and the strength, because you get that lamination effect there, and it falls all the way through to the metal. So
that's a good all-around versatile knife. So this is a beautiful knife, and one thing that we really hit it off on is a lot of guys, they design a knife and the sheath is an afterthought, but that's not the case with you. So tell us a little bit about the sheath.
So it's a system in my mind. You know, a good knife needs a good way to get it around, and I've tried to do that with all the different designs that I've worked with Condor on. So this sheath here, and one thing that I tried to do is, number one, make it versatile for right and left hand carry. So the sheath is squared off out of this full grain cowhide, great craftsmanship with the sewing and the rivets to strengthen it in all the right places. This knife will come out of the box ready to go, so that you can actually carry it left or right hand carry, whichever way you'd like. It has some really nice eyelets here, coated eyelets that you can tie off to backpack, strap to your leg, whatever you might want to do with it. It gives you a lot of versatility to carry, and the leather's very supple and workable too, so you know, you can kind of mold it to your liking. The other thing I did, David, is one thing that I see a lot on larger knives like this, is that you get trapped when you're carrying, if you want to set down or if you want to tie this off to your leg. What we worked with Condor at is to put an actual flexible carry system here where you can mount it. You can still use this to anchor to a backpack strap or something like that. And this thought process is carried through actually all the way through into the Machete Sheath as well, so you can carry it right or left hand carry. And you also have that pivot function so that it's sort of working with you and not against you as you're carrying it in the field.
So we've got 2 more bladed tools. We've got
Yes.
the machete and the hatchet.
Yes.
Why don't we take a look at those?
All right, sounds good. With the machete, I carried some of the same thought processes as I did with the Mountain Pass. Wanted a little thicker blade than traditional. It is 1075 steel, but the height of the blade's a little thinner, so it does aid in getting in, for some delimbing. Where I'm from in West Virginia, you got a good mix of hardwoods, pine, softwood, different things. So not necessarily a jungle machete per se, but it'll do all the work that you need to do, fine or light. And again, can make a really good field knife. Carry this as your one and only out into the field. Got the edge comes up here close, nice high edge, good point for doing some different work. And again, the handle has that thickness to it in the back that makes it very good for gripping. And yet at the same time gives you some options there. Doesn't force your hand to be in any one position, allows people with different size hands to have grip. The other nice thing here, David, that we worked with Condor on was to keep the leather sort of scuffed up, which gives you a little better grip retention there. So
that's nice.
Feel that, yeah,
really nice.
and it,
way better than just the raw wood.
Right, right, and the lightness though, you still have, you don't feel as bogged down to carry this. It's thinner, and again, the sheath on this one is, ambidextrous, so that it comes pre-molded and ready to fit either direction with the eyelets and the pivot holder as well.
Nice.
And
you've got a hatchet also, right?
Yeah, so
this is cool.
This was one thing, I'd worked on a hatchet design for a few years that had sort of a 2-bit approach here. It forms a tooth here sort of for, good bite if you do need to chop with it, do some heavy chopping. It has a nice lead in here.
See that, yeah.
And also you have 2 different angles on the bit so that, if you're gripping low and doing work, your hand and alignment might work better here with whatever you're doing. Or if you choke up here and you need to, stroke down on something, you got a little bit of a different angle.
Man, you can really choke up on that. It's like a double bearded.
Right. And you can hammer with it here a little bit in the back, and there's also a nice relief here. So, even with gloves on, you can get up in there nice and tight. But we took all the hard edges off right here, so, you're not feeling any real pressure depending on how you need to grip it for the work that needs to be done. And also, if you want to decorate it up, put a little bit of cord wrap on there, you've got some nice places here to start and stop with that. I kind of like that on some of the ones I do at home. And then lastly, the good feature here is I put a nice tip for grabbing logs.
Okay.
So you can come in, if you need to carry a log over to the fire or something, got your hands full, it makes a really nice way to snatch something and carry it there. And then the handle again, a lot of the same shape. You'll see features are similar. It has a good thickness to it, but this axe again is very lightweight and balanced really well, I think too.
That's
so
beautiful. Tell me again what kind of wood you used on this?
It should be American hickory
Okay.
as the wood that we used on that. G10 spacers, everything made in El Salvador or put together there. So and it does run the tang of this axe runs all the way to the end, so you can see it's actually hammer formed there.
Nice.
So you do have a nice full piece of metal running all the way down through here, but it gives it that weight, puts the weight forward a little better because it's thinner, and you get a full grip here all the way around, no sharp edges or hard edges there. So,
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
we hadn't even talked about this one yet.
Yeah.
So that's really nice. I need to get one of these. Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Jason.
Thank you.
Yeah. So how can people find you and Condor?
So you can reach out through Condor. You can take a look. I've got a lot of other designs and things coming up with Condor. The 3 main series so far, the Mountain Pass series, which Pass is plain and simple survival. So you can check those out. Then you have the new Country Backroads series, and then also the Mountaineer Trail series. And we come up with some new little light, short knives to do that. So yeah, take a look on Condor's site and check it out. And I'm sure we'll be in touch some more, doing some other things, right? So,
All right, brother.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Thank you,
appreciate
David.
your time.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
We've just taken a look at some great new blades from Condor Knives. For your convenience, I put links to all the gear mentioned in the description. And let me know what you think of this new gear in the comments section. And if you're excited to see Ultimate Survival Tips back with a new season of videos, and after a really long break, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon to be the first to know about every weekly video we roll out this season. And for some sweet new knives and innovative survival and preparedness gear, and to subscribe to my weekly Survival eMag for latest tips, new gear giveaways, and lessons learned from current events, go check out our mothership at ultimatesurvivaltips.com. All right, everyone, thanks for joining me. I'm David. I hope to see you on the other side, and remember, be prepared because you never know.